Alright then, so welcome in guys, I am Doomsday, going to be showing off some Oath in this one. For those who don't know, Oath is a rhythm game that emulates the style of an old DS game you might have played, called Oath Tatsuka Oendan and Elite Beat Agents as well, the Western release. It essentially emulates the gameplay for that, but it's been out since 2007. And it's changed quite a bit since then, but I think I'll show off something you might be familiar with if you played those games. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this is essentially a rhythm game that's fairly self-explanatory once you see what's going on. You click circles to the beat. Once we get into it, I'll let you know what's up. This is essentially a EBA-style map. Fairly old now, but always a good one to start as that one. It's a good old Phoenix Wright. Oh. Yeah, the TLDR of this one. Circles and sliders appear on screen. I'll be using a keyboard to click. Normally you can play with just the mouse buttons by clicking, but I prefer to use the keyboard for clicking to spread the workload between my hands, because this game can get very difficult, as we'll see a bit later. Essentially you tap circles to the beat and you hold down sliders, spinners to the beat of the music, inaccurately as possible, like any other rhythm game you may have played. So this sort of map emulates what you used to see in those games, you know, sort of similar patterns you'd see, but since 2009 when this map was released, things have changed quite a bit. You'll see how we go in a bit. As you can see, the gameplay is fairly self-explanatory. Normally, you know, in the original EBA games, you would use a touchscreen. But in this version you'd use your input device of choice. I use a mouse and keyboard, but a lot of high-end players of this game use a drawing tablet instead of a mouse. You can use all sorts with it, really. You can use a mouse on its own. Some people actually use a touchscreen with it. But generally, people prefer to use the tablet for this game. The hit windows are quite tight. You can see I'm getting lots of 300s there. That's, you know, shows I'm hitting it on time, but you can get 100s if you're off time, 50s if you're even further off, like that. And the idea is to not miss the this game. Generally, this score is very heavily reliant on holding the combo, which you can see in the bottom right. Missing a note dramatically reduces your score. Losing accuracy costs your score, but not nearly as much. So this game is very reliant on holding combo. I do love this map, I really do. Remember when this came out originally? I think it was one of the big breakout things for this game. Got quite a lot of coverage created by some community members. Quite a big effort, to be honest. This is a spinner. Got to spin the middle, holding the button down. If you go over the spinner limit, you gain bonus score. But in general, when it comes to high-end gameplay, for that, the spinners, all you really have to do is just spin them fully. The bonus doesn't really matter much. But this game's basically, you hold combo and don't break at any cost. That was a pretty old map. That style, you don't really see it in modern maps anymore. But I got to show it off because, you know, If you played EBA, that's instantly familiar to you. But since this has been released, this game's got a different style. Let me show you something. We'll play one of the more modern style maps. I'm looking for one in particular. Xeno is the one I want. That map, if you saw, generally just had singular notes here and there. You can just tap it with one button. This is a more modern style map. Using my usual skin. For this game, you can customize the UI in whatever way you want. You can replace the images for the circles and your cursor and the sounds that play when you hit the notes. All customizable. I use a fully custom skin for that very reason. This one's a bit more advanced. Speed and maps these days are a lot quicker. This has a lot of sequential notes called streams, which you have to use 2 buttons to stream fast. You have to use alternating clicks to hit them because they're that quick. Oh, there we go, dropping a note. Yeah, dropping a note in this game really reduces your score. Yeah, a lot of the modern maps, known as beat maps in this game, rely on really wide gaps between notes and fast streams of notes, lots of singular circles in a row for its difficulty, and when it comes to that, things can get very quick, as you'll see. That's generally the crux of it, but there are a lot of different elements that can affect the difficulty and how a map feels. Yeah, not quite getting a full combo, just the one miss there. It's unfortunate. Of course, the actual size of the circles and how fast they appear are all customizable, and different charts, different maps affect that. The circle size is one of the big things, and sometimes they can get incredibly small. Let me show you an example of some of that. There's a particular mapper, because all these songs and maps in this game are created by the community, which is one of the things I really like about this. This is a map that is circle size 7. The one we just played was circle size 4. The smaller that number is, the larger the circles, and circle size 7 is, well, pretty small. Irreversible maps, that beatmap creator. He's well known for making maps with very small hit circles. See that the notes are actually as big as my cursor. Generally, that's the most common sort of small circle map, but they are not incredibly common. Got a couple of misses there, but yeah. CS7, that's pretty small. They do get smaller than that though. Make up another map here, another old map. They do get smaller than that, if I can find it. Oh wait, where is it? There it is. This is circle size 8. It's an older map, so it's not quite as spaced. Now they're literally smaller than my cursor. All maps are so awkward sometimes. Since the game's released, the maps that have been made have varied so much in terms of the style. That's a pretty uncommon small circle size. Circle size 8 is very small. But they get smaller than that. They get smaller than that. Let me show you another map. If I can find it. I forget what it's called. There are quite a lot of Japanese songs in this game. Oh god, what's it called? It's one of these. I think it's a CS9 one. This is the one. We don't want CS9, we want circle size 10. No, this is truly just ludicrous. Thankfully, it's not crazy fast, but you can see the anti-aliasing on the circle. It's kind of crazy. Oh yeah, this has another pretty crazy element as well, actually, I should probably mention. You might have noticed there, maybe if you could squint at the screen enough, this map actually has notes that overlap with other notes. That sort of mapping is called 2B mapping, 2-button mapping. It's actually exploiting a bug in this game to create that effect, where you're able to press 2 buttons at the same time, allowing you to essentially be able to play notes that are in the middle of sliders, which you're supposed to hold the button down to hit. You can use the alternating key to hit the note. And many mappers have actually used that to really create an effect in some maps. We've seen some more like that later on. This is quite an unconventional one though. Of course, sliders can also overlap and things like that. It's thing is, the way the the mapping system in this game works, it's so freeform. It's allowed people to make really creative things with it. in more than ways than one as well. I'm sure you get the idea for this one. It's quite a long one, but there are other ways the maps can become more difficult, of course, other than making the circle smaller. A lot of the popular maps are especially quick. You see at the top there, the BPM. The map we just played was a pretty pedestrian 100 beats per minute. Maps get quite difficult and quite fast. We'll play something a bit faster than that. How about play something that's 200 BPM. Like, I'm trying to think of a map that could show that off. Actually, I have an ideal one. See how my streaming is doing. Let's bump that up to some 200 BPM. This is Blue Zenith. This is actually quite a infamous map in this game. I'll play the this one. This is 200 beats per minute. It's on the faster end. It's a very streamy map, lots of notes in a row on this one. Yeah, this map is essentially incredibly stream heavy. Lots of circles in a row. Often for long periods of time. Long patterns like that are full of hit circles like that. Long streams, they're known as death streams. And they're quite common in the more higher end maps in terms of difficulty. I can actually stream right now. Hope I can get that back to an A accuracy. Call this a warm-up. When I'm usually playing my own solo sessions, this map's one of my favourite maps to warm up on. Because playing streams like this, you generally have to prepare for it. Stuff like this is pushing it. In terms of what your fingers can do. It'll get worse, this one. So yeah. One tactic a lot of mappers of Death Stream maps employ is increasing the space in between the notes, forcing you to have to use wide aim as well to stream, and I say the extreme end of mapping really does use that a lot.
Okay. Nice.
That's a pretty hard map. That's 200 beats per minute, that is, of constant tapping. That's pretty hard as well. In terms of the difficulty rating of this game, which is star rating, the stars there, that was 6.4. That's a pretty difficult map at 200. Star ratings sometimes not reliable, but this map is a really difficult one. That was 200 beats per minute though. So let's bump that up a bit, right? Let me think. What? So you can bump that up a bit. Let's switch things up from streams. Let's play some jump maps. Jump maps are essentially difficult maps that use wide spacing between the notes to make it more difficult. Let's bump it up to some... if I can remember the name of it. What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Ah, there's a particular map I'm thinking of. I can't remember what it is. I'm sure a Fort map has what I'm thinking though. Let's play... Let's bump it up, yeah. Here we go. That's 205, 206. Now, I need more than that. I need more than that. Need more than that. Let's go. There's a map I was thinking of. I can't remember the name of it. I'll tell you what. I'll play this. I'll play this one for you anyway. It's a banger. The Captain Div. This is 205 to 206 BPM. It's a little bit faster than the previous. It's more jumpy. It focuses more on wide gaps between the notes, forcing you to use more aim as opposed to just raw tapping speed. But it does combine elements of both. Yeah, that's the one. I was thinking of 500 Torches. Yeah, that's the one. Thanks, Leffer. Yeah, it uses elements of both. Lots of jumps in that, lots of streams. About 205, 206. I think that's around 6 stars. No, 6.3, around the same as Blue Zenith. Now I remember the name of it. Let's bump that up a bit. Let's bump it up to about 250. Up to 250 now. This is 7.1 stars. This is over 7 stars. This is generally a jump map, but... because 200 ain't really fast enough, you see. Don't expect a full combo on this one. It's a difficult map. Quite an infamous map, this. Quite a famous one. See, 50 BPM is pushing the speed in this game. I could do with a note per second counter, but I don't have anything on right now. Oh man. Could potentially beat my old score here. Maybe. Pretty difficult map, that. Got a long one too.
Okay.
Can I bump it up a bit more? Is it worth a go? I think so. I do think so. Let's bump it up once more. Oh. How about 300 BPM? I'm gonna play a map I really like. It's called Makeruza. This is 300 BPM. Not as intense on the spacing, but I'm gonna give my left hand a bit of a workout. This is 300 BPM. It's in a different style though. It's not really jumpy. More like in a Space Extreme style. I prefer to single tap them with a single key as opposed to alternate them. It'll cooperate with me. So you're supposed to normally play this alternating, but it's not something I'm strong at. Oh no, I used the other key. Oh, my key counter at the side is ruined. I do really like that map. It's one of my favourites. Speed and, you know, the spacing of the notes ain't the only way. You can bump the difficulty up though. There are a lot of mods you can use to increase the difficulty of these maps here. All sorts of different things. Some of them are self-explanatory. Things like double time here makes the map faster, 1.5 times faster, and increases the score you get. That one's pretty self-explanatory. On some maps it can make the actual time the circles fade out pretty ridiculous. The other ones have some interesting effects though. Hidden, I'll quickly show you guys these. I'll try one out, give this a go. Hidden essentially has the notes fade out before the hit window hits, so, but you know, by the time you go to hit them, they've faded out. On modern maps, this doesn't really do much for difficulty, mainly because modern maps now have a very high approach rate, so the notes fading quite quickly, so the difference between when you can see them and when you can't is quite short, so you can generally play them okay, right? It's got an interesting effect though on maps with different approach rates. This is approach rate 9.5, so notes fading quite quickly. But when you lower that number, have the notes appear much slower, it actually has the interesting effect of making things very difficult. Let's pick a map with approach rate 7. Approach rate 7 is quite uncommon for maps these days, but I'll find one. Find a map I can show off to you guys. Something like, who knows, the best map ever created. Hey, you know what, I'm going to show this to you guys, this is fitting. This is the best map ever created. This is a map called Air. It's an old map from 2009. It's got some other things to it. I'm just gonna show them off to you. Don't mind the in-joke, I'm sure some of those people in chat will enjoy this one. But when the approach rate is low, hidden becomes a lot more difficult because the notes have disappeared way before you have to hit them. Don't mind this one. Oh, I'm forgetting something. Well, that's ruined. Oh, gotta show you the in-jokey storyboard and everything. Let's try that again. Yeah, mappers have used custom hit sounds for many reasons, including making ship maps. We like a good ship map here, who knows. Gotta do that. The thing with Hidden is that when it comes to modern maps with the higher approach rates, many players these days actually prefer playing with Hidden on than without, feeling that it helps them read and removes clutter on the screen. I'm not really one of those players, but when this mod was originally conceived, it was meant to be as difficult as this, because having fast approach rates wasn't really a thing back then, but now actually it's become quite a common thing. And stuff like this, though, you click in thin air. Seeing chat's enjoying it, hell yeah. There's a few mods as well I want to talk about as well. Another one. This is Flashlight. What Flashlight does, it's kind of similar to Hidden, except instead of like having the notes fade out, it essentially obscures the screen. Like the further away, around the screen around the cursor is the only thing you can see, and it hides everything around it, so you can only see where your cursor is. Hence the term Flashlight. And this is a really uncommon mod to see now, but I'll give it a go for you. Let's have a go on. What should I play with this one? I don't know. I'm trying to think, because Flashlight's a mod where you really need to learn the map. I'll play something I know. Let's. I'm trying to think. Back in my brain. Actually, you know what I want to try? Many of you guys might have seen this. I want to try this. This might be ambitious, but I want to give it a go. Can't Defeat Airman's a really popular host map. One of the most popular 7-star maps. I wonder if I could do this Flashlight. Or at least pass it. I think I've done it before. I might fail this one. Yeah, also with sliders, it causes the screen to darken, making it harder to follow. To be honest, it's only a minor effect. I don't really notice it when I'm playing. On a map like this, it's really difficult. Right, from here on in, you're gonna have to concentrate on this bit. Wish me luck. There we go. Flashlight is it's a mod that generally needs you to know the map. I'm actually surprised I managed to get that, but yeah. It's a common mod for people that want to go for high ranks because the flashlight score bonus is quite large. It's equivalent to doing it double time, so it's a popular mod for people that go for the top ranks in the rankings. I'm really happy with actually passing that. Yep, here's another one actually. This one's this one's a weird one. I'm gonna show off the easy mod. Now, you look at the easy mod, difficulty reduction, right? And you have 50% of the score, right? It's intended to make the map easier. What it does is it increases the circle size, so it makes the circles bigger, and lowers the approach rate, so it makes them slower. And also makes the timing window not as harsh. So in theory it sounds like it should make it easier, but it does quite the opposite when you try playing anything above, or anything of any insane difficulty. Let me show you what I mean. I'm gonna pick, let's play this. Let's play the Pretender. This is the, should I? Actually no, I'm gonna play a different one. Let's play something BMS. Let's play something BMS, but that map is actually really good. Fate Mushroom map. Let's play Halcyon. This is nice. So let's play this normally, and then I'll play it with easy, right? And I'll show you what I mean. I'll play it a little bit standard. Yeah, it's what we've been seeing so far, really. I think it's approach rate 8, so it's a little bit slower than usual, but it's pretty standard stuff, right? But now, let's put on easy, because it's too hard for us, so we want to make it easier. It has quite an interesting effect. Turns out, it makes the map much more unintelligible in terms of reading. But making their circles bigger and their approach slower, what you end up with is everything overlapping among itself. It used to make things easier, but now it's actually one of the most difficult mods you can enable. It's a very niche mod. There are players that are well known for being good with easy. It's not something many people practice. Misreading things, man. It just really takes its toll on that. So there you go. So there's a lot of ways you can, a lot of mods you can add to maps to make them more difficult. Hard Rock's on as well. Hard Rock's basically the opposite of easy. What it does is it flips the entire play area and makes the timing window even harsher. I'm gonna play this one. Don't mind me playing one of my own maps. But it's for showing off purposes for the mod, you know what I mean? It also lowers the size of the circles as well, making them smaller. So basically it just makes everything a little bit harder. It also increases the approach rate. This is approach rate 10, which is the highest it goes, the fastest it goes outside of putting double time on a very high approach rate map straight up, which actually pushes it above 10. This is a pretty difficult one with Hard Rock. Really the big thing with this one is it makes the timing window extremely tight, so it's popular among players due to that, really testing out that the accuracy. It also helps with ranking as well. Double time and Hard Rock mods contribute a lot to the performance point score you get for scores in this game. The way the online rankings work for this is maps are ranked. They're ranked by also staff members for quality and whatnot, and ranked maps, their scores give a performance point value known as PP, and obviously the harder the map, the more points you get for it, and that's what determines your overall rank. I'm rank 157, and double time and Hard Rock really buffs the amount of points you get for each ranked map, so double time and Hard Rock are popular for that. The thing with these mods though is you can combine them. You can combine them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put easy, hidden, flashlight and double time on, and I'm going to show you one of my favourite maps in this game. It's called Cross Time. It's an old map this, it's from 2007, it's a really early one. But it's a perfect one to show you what it looks like when you combine these mods. I mean, because I can do it. do love that map. I do. Bloody Pender in chat right there. Hey man, I can pretend cross time's still relevant. Well, for the purposes of this, it absolutely is. There's not many maps in this game you can form mod like that. You can combine them for some interesting effects and whatnot. So it is what it is. Oh man. Well, the stuff I've showed you so far, outside of it being a bit, some of them being old and low AR, some of the actual mapping has gotten pretty darn creative in this game. A lot of stuff I've shown you has been quite standard stuff. You've seen lots of streams, lots of, jump patterns here and there, but one thing that's quite popular in modern mapping is slider art and crazy slider things. I'm going to show you a few things like that now. First one I'm going to show you is from someone called Hollow Wings. I don't even know the name of the map. I only know it by its difficulty name, which is Notch Hell. This is a map that uses sliders in a pretty creative way. I say creative. Maybe there's some other words you could use for it. You'll see what I mean in a moment. I could do with that, these misses right now. What do they say about marathon luck being a myth? So far, it's been pretty standard, to be fair. Some weird slider shapes, though. Very zigzaggy all over the place. This map has a few aces up its sleeve, though. Oh yeah, another important note actually about the scoring system in this game and the way it interacts with sliders. Sliders don't actually have to be hit accurately to get a 300 on. To get a full accuracy on a slider, all you have to do is hit the start of it, regardless of accuracy, and just make sure you follow it all the way through. You notice sometimes I get a 100 on them, that's because I missed the slider end. On the skin I'm using, I've actually skinned the circles that would be on the ends of the sliders out. But if you miss the end of a slider, it docks you accuracy. That's something I disagree with in this game, to be honest. In fact, you don't have to accuracy slider heads, but there's a new scoring system in development that's used in most tournaments called Score V2, which has a few changes, among which having the player have to accurately hit slider heads to get full accuracy, which is a change I welcome, believe me. But then for maps like this, it's kind of a miracle. A bit of a blessing that you don't have to do that. It's hard enough without that, I think. Nice sliders out there. I should probably mention this kind of mapping. I wouldn't really call this normal. This is a very unique map. It splits opinion among the community. Some people really hate this one, and you can't blame them for it. The mapper for this, Hollowings, is well known for being a very eccentric mapper and generally trying to push the bounds with every map they make. This one is no exception. This one I quite liked though. It really grew on me as I played it more. The sliders are probably the most versatile thing in this game. This is not, by no means, the craziest thing I can show you today. Actually managed to get 98% AC just about on that. It's got quite a neat storyboard to it as well. Maps can also have like fancy animations in the background. We call them storyboards because they're based off the old Elite Beat Agent style sort of story you have going on in the background. You know, when you're playing Elite Beat Agents, it's like story in the background of what you're playing.
Okay.
That name's a holdover in this game, but it's generally used to create fancy effects and whatnot. You do a lot with it in this game. Actually, I want to show you something real quick before I go back on and show you some of the weirdest shit. I just want to show off a storyboard to you guys, because some people have made some pretty amazing things with this. I want to show you a map called, it's called World Execute Me, and well, expect some frame drops, but this is probably one of the most amazing storyboards created by a fella called Exile, and considering this is generally designed for slideshows, you can see what some people have done with this game. But considering it's designed for slideshows and still images essentially. I'm sure my PC will survive it. Just. See how many frames I hit? Will I go sub 30 frames in a minute? Probably. It's going to be interesting to see. Are the frame drops visible yet? They should be. Yeah, I think I might have went like 20 something frames there at one point. Oh, nice lag. It just goes to show, like, people have made some incredible stuff with the storyboard editor, despite its limited use. But yeah, I just wanted to show that one off. It's made by a fella called Exile. Does some good work. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah. Let me show you a map from a recent mapping contest that happened. I think every 6 months to a year or something, the O staff hold a mapping tournament, well, mapping contest rather, called Aspire, and basically the rule of it is to try and make the most weird, out there map you can possibly do, right? With no rules. And what I'm going to play with you now is the winner of the previous tournament. This is the Solace of Oblivion. It's mapped by Professional Box, and well, let me show you. Yes, I will need to cheese some of these patterns. Believe me. These use sliders that abuse 0 ppm sections to break them in a very weird way. There's a lot to it. I couldn't explain it to you in one go, but it breaks the game essentially by using 0 BPM sections in a map to manipulate sliders in a weird way. Yeah, it also uses a lot of the 2B patterns, which we talked about earlier, where you have circles on top of sliders, forcing you to play 2 patterns at the same time, essentially. It's quite a common practice in strange maps, but this map takes it to 11 compared to many others. The only thing with this one is those weird ghost sliders that appear. They are awkward to play to a point because the way sliders work, well, the way the note lock works in this game, like if you miss a note, there's a very brief period, depending on the overall difficulty of the map, where you can't actually hit another note. Like, and the higher the overall difficulty value of a map is, which is a thing you can set, the smaller that window is, and the tighter the accuracy window is. The way sliders operate with that note lock means that with those weird ghost slider patterns, the broken 0 BPM ones we saw earlier, you have to hit them on a specific timing, otherwise you can be note locked out and miss the entire thing. It's because they, they're operating based off a glitch, so they play a little bit weirdly. But I mean, considering this was the product of a mapping contest where you literally just had to make the most wacky shit you could possibly do, I think it's rather fitting. It's a crazy one that hasn't ever been played.
Nice.
Well, it's never been full comboed. This, I think the best anyone has done is by Bubbleman, who is another UK player. Actually got one miss on it near the end, but it's yet to be full combo, that map. I think it's yet to be. I don't think anyone even has an A rank on it, thanks to the sliders. It's an incredibly difficult map. Speaking of broken sliders, let me show you another mapper. It's called Ming3012, and he's known for making some wacky stuff. Let me show you one. Here's one. Grenade. This has a really interesting bug it uses as well. Did you see that? Right at the start there was a spinner that faded in. Didn't quite materialize. This uses an interesting exploit. I don't remember the exact details off the top of my head, but I think it involves putting a spinner on top of a break or something. Like you had like a break time between notes in the song, to give the player some breathing room, a la the original EBA games. I think it abuses some sort of exploit, some sort of bug in that causes the game to always think that it's in a break. So it has the background constantly on, you can't dim it, which is what you can normally do. It also has it so all the usual things that happen within a break are enabled. So if you get messaged, it pops up and stuff. And I think as well, in specific cases, which I don't remember the exact details of, it can actually cause the mouse buttons to be enabled, which usually can be disabled in game. But sometimes it forces them to be on because the game thinks it's in break time. So you have like a weird thing here where it's like, it's a break, but it's not. So it breaks a lot of the game's UI. This also has some really broken sliders which will appear later. I'm not sure what use this sort of break thing would have. I think it's just something mappers do, because why not? It doesn't actually have any other effects on gameplay apart from that, but it tends to confuse the game a lot. only I could stream fast enough. So I can't remember exactly. I think it's, I don't know, it's like the exploit for this is something I'm quite hazy about. I don't know if it's a 0 BPM exploit. I ain't sure. I know it definitely breaks the BPM in some fashion, because if you look in the difficulty, like the stats for this, it shows the BPM being infinity, so it probably is something to do with that. Yeah, it shows the map as being at infinite BPM. Here's where the broken sliders come in. That's how it is. Infinite BPM is fast, yeah. Would give Sonic a run for his money, wouldn't it? Speaking of craziness, here's another one. This one doesn't really use broken sliders, but it really abuses 2B. It really abuses 2B for some really interesting gameplay, to say the least. Oh wait, of course. Of course. That's too slow. That's too slow. It needs double time. It really abuses the 2B glitch. That said though, it does break maps somewhat. Doing this, like having too much 2B or too many of those sort of patterns in a map causes some bug which causes causes you to instantly fail at the end. I forget the exact parameters, but it's some sort. I think it's some sort of buffer overflow of sorts, but I'm not entirely sure. But it's a bug that a lot of these maps have. I always thought it was just a load of notes off screen at the end or something, but no, it's there's something more intrinsic to it. Oh. So, one thing I wanted to do during this stream, is I wanted to get this multi-lobby going on. I fancied hosting some multiplayer with people in chat that might be interested. If you want to come join us, you're absolutely welcome to. But before I open that lobby, there's one more map I want to show to you guys before I take off. Again, I'm trying to wrap my name about it. I have so many maps, I get lost. But there was one more I wanted to show you guys. Oh yeah, okay, I remember what it was. I'm gonna play a map for you now. It's another old one. I do like my old maps, but there are a bunch of maps that are designed for a multiplayer mode called Tag. And there are many Tag 4 maps that are ranked. They're designed for 4 players. But since then, players have been able to play them singularly. So I'm going to play one for you right now. This is rated as 11.6 stars, but these days they can be played singularly, although I'm probably going to die. I want to fancy giving it a go, because I like to live on the edge. Oh, okay. Ah, normally you can cheese that due to the drain. Not today, though. Not today. I'll try once more. Oh, okay. Ah. Not treating me nice, I guess not. It has been passed though. It has been passed by people. The top score is actually 800 combo by GN. He's a really well-known, easy mod player and really good at reading really complex pans and whatnot. I think he has the #1 on all the Tag 4 scoreboards. There's another one. Well, that one is with easy and hidden. Oh, I can't show you it this time. Well, why would I no fail Zibangarang? Why would I do that? So someone brought up Fake It. Someone brought up Fake It. I'm gonna play Fake It. Fake It's quite a nice old map. It's got quite a nice skin to it. Let's turn off my stuff so I'm not using my custom one. It's quite a nice old map. Gotta knock off the dim as well. Let me show you this one. Oh no, hang on. Wait, what's going on with my score? That's weird. That's pretty cool. That's a nice new feature. I didn't know that existed. Didn't realise you could change mod halfway through. I can't keep that up, can I? This is a map that abuses the storyboard to do some pretty interesting things with the UI. It's a little bit broken now, though, I'm afraid. Loving my 79.27%. That's some solid accuracy right there. It completely It's almost entirely storyboarded, this map, using invisible elements to sort of create an illusion. But it is quite broken in the modern version of OS. That bit always gets me. That bit I always misread. Every time. And you could turn off the storyboard and play it standard, but you see that's like, it's kind of against the point. Quite a bit to it. If someone bought it up, I had to play it. It's a shame it's a little bit broken now. But yeah, that's pretty much that's a lot of the crazy stuff. There's a load more crazy maps and different weird things here and there that use some of the elements I've showed you. There are so many ranked maps for this game and so many unranked ones that are just so wacky that they're too wacky for the rank listing that I could be here and show you weird stuff all day, man. But what I wanted to do for the last bit of this block is I wanted to do some multiplayer. So if some of you guys play OS, I know you do. We got some peeps in that play OS. You can come chill with us. For those who don't know, OS is a completely free game. You can download it for free. If you just Google it, you should be able to find it. If you want, you're welcome to join us. We can host a lobby before we disappear for the next game. We've got about an hour or so. Hang on, let's keep it like that. What should we put the password? Yo Jugachi, do you want to give us a nice password for the room? Because I'm too indecisive. We'll play some tunes, have a chill, have a go. How do you comment while playing? You see, that's a trade secret. I just don't know what to put. I'm so indecisive. Okay, let's put for the kids. Password's gonna be for the kids. I'm gonna quickly just add a little text. The multi-password if you want to come join us. '80s. Okay, '80s. Alright. Let's go with that. We'll go with '80s. Let me add a little text on screen so you know the password. And you're welcome to come join us. There we go. Come chill with us for a bit. Play a few things. Have a look at it. This is the way the multi works, obviously. You don't need me to explain you this, but multi-lobbies take up to 16 players. There's a fairly... Well, there's an update in the works called OS Laser, which hopefully should allow much larger capacities in multi-lobbies, but 16 should cover us for now, I think. Let's put up something classy to start us off here. Let's pick some nice maps there. Let's start off with something from RLC. RLC is a classic mapper. I think in terms of difficulty, I'll probably play around about 5 stars, 4 to 5 stars. But we'll see how we go. Near Distant Future's a tune. It's quite a long one though. Maybe we'll play that later. This is nice actually. Let's give this a go. This is long as well, but this is worth playing. Turn on free mods, so players can individually pick the mods they're using. Totally, if you got something in your back pocket, drop it in, help us out over here. There's a pretty eclectic collection of music in this game. I know OS is generally known for having a lot of Japanese music, and that's absolutely true. Most of the music is generally like a lot of stuff from anime or from Japanese artists. But there's a bit of everything in the rank list as well. There's a bit of everything if you look hard enough. There's a nice eclectic collection. I have way too many maps in my collection, I just get lost in it sometimes. Alright, let's get it fired up then. There's a storyboard as well. Quite a new storyboard. Storyboard made by a user called 11T, who sadly passed away recently. But he's made a lot of lovely storyboards, so his legacy lives on, which is nice. Oh, I did dim it, right? Surely. Oh, it's a hold combo. Oh man. Yeah, so this game is very heavily combo reliant. If you miss, it lobs a lot of your skill. That's the thing. I might have mentioned actually, peeps in chat that do play OS, if you got some map requests you want to throw my way, you're absolutely welcome to. I mean, be reasonable, obviously, because you know you don't want to go too ham with it. But if you got some like particular songs or particular maps that you want to see played in the multi, feel free to post them in chat. If there's anything, you know, anything cool in there, I'll be more than happy to host them up in the lobby. Mainly because I'm way too indecisive when it comes to picking maps. But yeah, more than welcome to let me know if you got anything particular in mind. But obviously, just be reasonable with the difficulty, considering, you know, we don't want to go too ham with difficulty in this lobby. I want to pick maps that people generally do, but I'm happy to take them if you got them. Yeah, it's a lovely map, that. Lovely map. Quite a popular one. I had Hidden Hard Rock as well. Actually, full combo at Hidden Hard Rock. Pretty cool. Damn, dude. No, Bag Block. Is that a nice map? Never heard of it. Oh man. Let's have another BMS. Let's have another BMS. What we got knocking around here? Ah, go on, Orion's a cool tune. Oh, I think that's the difficulty because I got Hard Rock on, because the circle size is quite small on these, and because I got Hard Rock on it, the difficulty is quite exponential. Lop that off. Yeah. It's a tricky one, but go on then. At least 20 stars, that's all we need. At least 20, or it's just way too easy. We'll see how we go, I suppose. We'll see how we go. Don't want everyone to evacuate the room straight away, you see. Of course. This one's quite a tricky one rhythm-wise. The circles are quite small. It's circle size 5 base, which is slightly smaller than the usual circle size 4, you see. I'm going to be playing it with Hard Rock, which makes the circle size even smaller. 6.5, which is pretty small. And everything else is, well, approach rate and overall difficulty are 10, so the timing window is really tight on it. And the notes pop into view is, well, pretty much the max speed outside of a double time mods anyway. So anyway, how Hard Rock is. Hard Rock's there to make the approach rate faster and the timing window tighter because you get more performance points for it. A lot of people prefer to read higher ARs. There are like quite a lot of high-end players that generally prefer to play approach rate 10 over anything else. It's a common play style to have. There are many players that generally find anything below like approach rate 9 to be too slow to read. Ouch. What do we do with turning on my usual skin colours? I usually have green hit circles. That's my excuse for being bad. I need my green circle crutch, man. I need it. That's somewhat decent accuracy, just kept breaking combo, man. Yeah. One day I'll win with the hard rock over the no mod players. It's in the lobby. I've got 3 mods enabled, which allows players to pick individual mods for themselves. I'm sitting there on my hard rock being all bad. Let me put that back on. Someone in chat asked for something more 2009. I could oblige with that. I could oblige with that. Let's play some good old James mapping. James is an old mapper. Quite well known. I'm going to hook up and come up with the AO9. Hook him up with the old era, because that's what he asked for. You can tell, I quite like the old maps. Played quite a few of this stream. I mean, you might as well play a solid meme, right? Isn't that what this marathon has been about? Yeah, 2008. That's what this is from. I'm gonna go with the hidden on this one. This one has approach rate 7, so it's pretty low. Hidden is quite tricky on it. I'm gonna give it a shot. I played Cross Time earlier, Bazadorf. I played it earlier. I could always host it again in the multi though, I suppose. Oh. Oh, okay, sure, man, sure. Let's go. Fuck it. He wants that flashlight 1v1, I'll give him it. And I'll probably lose. We'll give it a go, though. I should probably move that text across, actually. It's blocked by the little ticker. There you go. Alright, let's give it a go. It's quite an old one, this. Lots of linear patterns, lots of straight sliders and stuff. Older maps are generally more simple because they don't go too far away from the old EBA style. But yeah, I have a penchant for it. There's a bit of a thing with flashlight. In multi, it covers up the scoreboard to the side as well, so you can't see where you are. But if you're full comboing with flashlight, you're probably winning. Unless MMI is. Good old Sam. She might be. Oh. I can't flashlight, dude. It's not my mod. I tried. Hey, the meme mod for the meme tune, man. I just came second as well with it. Yo, dude. Let's go. Yeah. Silly bang, yeah. Good old Barry Scott. Good old Barry Scott. Good old Jack Hazard. Let's see what else. What should we play next, I wonder? What should I hook up for him? Let's... Oh god, I ain't sure. Ooh, I'm so indecisive. What F2 give us? Quality. This is what happens when I become host of a lobby, man. No idea what to pick. One Punch Man thing. I can hook you up with that, sure. That's Hero, right? One Punch Man. It's got a nice map, that has, to be fair. The only problem is it's like 6 stars. I could play the diff below, I suppose. Have I got a full version of it? Or the older short version? Fuck it. Fuck it. 6 stars. Oh, wow, where's my... There we go. Hell yeah. It's cool, Lordmau5, it's cool. It's quite a nice map, this. It's quite a fast one. 260 BPM. It's mostly jumps, though, this one. Oh, we've seen some easies come out. Go on. Easy on this one's going to be really hard. Worth a go. Oh, fair. Alright. Fair dues, fair dues. See how the download is before we get it fired up. Might have to force on them. No, he's downloading. Gotta bear with him. Oh yeah, the horse racing map. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. That's a pretty spicy one. That's like... That's a proper meme map, that is. See, there we go. Cool. Let's give it a go. Just using the MP commands. As the host, I can use them. Getting used to them, to be honest. It's a relatively new feature. It's used for tournaments. Yeah, this is going to be difficult with easy, but we'll give it a go. Oh yeah. Yeah. Can't read this. You see what I mean? This is what easy does to maps like this. It's not easy at all. Survived at the end. That's about it, though. Yeah, I didn't mention that. Yeah, you're right. You're right though, Nero. Yeah, with easy you get 3 lives when your HP runs out. So you know, when you lose all your health, it regens. In solo, what happens is on easy, when you run out of HP, it pauses for a moment, regens, and carries on. It happens 3 times, you fail. That does help. Everything else, not so much. The next one, next one's going to be the one we saw in there. The horse racing map. That's how we know it. It's known as WWW. This is an interesting one. This is just straight up. It's straight up the kind of map you put in this situation. When you absolutely need something done, you put this one on. Why not? I'm sticking with easy on this one. That's because of this thing about this map. Don't tell the people in the room though. But you do need easy for this, because it's literally unpassable without it. So, but don't tell people in chat that, or people in the game that, you see. They'll find out the hard way. Turns out they've all cottoned on anyway. I mean, yeah, this map is exactly what I told you it was, by the way. This is a horse racing map. I don't need to tell you anything else. Just put 2 and 2 together, yeah? Oh, we'll see how our mouse drift's doing. Oh. Yeah, it's an example of some of the stuff you can do in this game creatively. Oh crap! It's kind of dumb, but hey man, you can do all sorts, especially with sliders. Like sliders are such a versatile tool in this game. Whoa, with mouse drift. Well, I reached the end of my mouse pad before the end of this map. Like I might. Oh, I was trying to fix my grip there, it didn't work. Oh, you can't see it, but my head is doing circles trying to follow this dot. Straight up. I'm at the edge of my mouse pad. Oh yes, there we go. Fixed it. Oh, the comeback's on. Let's go. Spin to the win. Ah, can't keep up. Yeah, it's deja vu. I think I've been in this place before. Yeah. Pretty MMI, good old Sam, the big spin winner tonight. Yes, it's brutal. It's a classic. It's a classic. Hey, speaking of deja vu, I have that. Why not? Oh yeah, of course. Sam had flashlight. Ah, that's why. Ah, that's why. You see, this multi-room needs more 80s. We've got all this future music going on. All this futuristic music. Oh man. Cheers, Nero. It's alright, man. Yeah, we could all know more this time. Regular oldo mod. Get timer going on. Time to do some multi-track drifting all over this bitch, or something. I don't know. Love me a bit of Eurobeat. The AE86 is my spirit animal, dude. Oh, there goes my SS. Oh. That's the highest attainable rank. To get a 100%, get an SS rank for that. There we go. Oh, just the 100, man. So, gotta love some good old Eurobeat though. Some good old Eurobeat. Oh, there's one thing I want to do actually, because you know, too much future music, man. I think we need some David Bowie up in here. Need more 80s in here. Pop on DT because it's quite slow. It's a wee bit slow. It's like, I think it's below 100 BPM base. I'll go for that hidden double time. I think I've got a full combo in this with hidden double time. It's quite high up in the rankings, but I'll see if I can improve it. It'd be handy if I could do it in a multi-lobby though. That's approach rate 5. Oh yeah, everything's the same because it's that old. This was back in a period where all those difficulty ratings, CS and AR and OD, are all unified, so yeah. Everything is 5 on this. There we go. Immediately misread it. That's what low approach rate does. Oh, I think everyone did that. Everyone did that. Misreads, man. The hidden is strong. Maybe the hidden was a bit overestimating it. Don't remember this map as well as I used to, I think. Of course, look at that Steffo guy go. He's going ham this multi, he has, hasn't he? Falling down, man. The hidden's decimated me. On this sort of AR, it's pretty damn difficult, but I thought I might be able to manage it a bit better. Oh yeah, gotta hook him up with it, of course. Oh man. Hook him up with that. The peeps from the past enjoyed that one over in the casting lounge. Someone requested Made of Fire. Do they really want that? Because I do. Made of Fire is a pretty notorious map in this game. It's actually based off of a Stepmania chart. This is the OS version. It's another low approach rate map. It's approach rate 8. It's faster than the one we just played, of course, but this map has lots of really spaced streams in it, and it's not crazy fast. 162 BPM, but yeah, low approach rate combined with the spacing on this one make it pretty nasty in the way it interacts. We'll give it a go. Yeah, odd loop. Yeah, this is not old, but it's like odd loop is meant to be old style. It's like maybe we'll hook them up with odd loop later. It's quite a cool map. My god. Could have gone better. In the middle there, actually failing out, but managed to revive. In multiplayer lobbies, if you fail, you can revive. It doesn't just end you right there, but obviously if you fail out and then revive, you wouldn't save your score. Like, it would count as a fail in terms of the actual score you saved. So if you pass a map in a multiplayer lobby, if it's ranked, it does actually post the score to the scoreboard, so. Spooky, man, spooky. Maybe I'll leap a bit later. Let's go back to something a bit more modern. Let's go back to something a bit more standard. Let's go back to it. How about play some Far East Nightbird? Should still be available, I'm sure, but... Another one of RLC's maps. Another spooky storyboard on this one. I'll be having a bash on. Well, this tune's good as well, but it's Cause K, man. Cause K, solid artist. There's a lot of good host maps for Cause K tunes. Oh. Stick with me now, mod on this one, I think. Let's be having a look at you. Let's not forget, while we're here, good old Themeathon supporting the Save the Children organisation. All for a lovely cause. If you've got some spare change in your back pocket, you should totally send it to this cause. It's for... they're doing God's work. Nice break. Come back after that early miss. What even was that miss? How to brain? That's what I want to know. Just about on the 99. Just about. And the reverse choke though. The one miss. There's one thing you need to know about someone that plays this game, is that one miss is something ingrained into the consciousness. For every good full combo, or for every full combo really, that you're gonna have like 5 1-miss scores on the same song. One missing is such a painful thing in this game. Quite common too. It's actually a slider break. With this game, if you break by taking your cursor off of a slider that's in progress, and getting a slider break, which is what it's called, you don't actually have a miss recorded. It cuts your score in the same way, but it doesn't actually record a miss, meaning you can still get an S rank despite breaking combo, which, yeah, I debate that one. Again, I think these are all holdovers from the EBA days. I think what I might do next, actually, I might check out Score V2. I might show you guys what Score V2 is like. But I need a nice slider-ish map to make that happen. I don't know what. What do I get if I just put slider in search bar? If they put it in the actual tags for the map, it must be slider heavy. But I want something slider heavy for it, in particularly. But it ain't too crazy. There's not many maps with that in the tags that I have anyway. Nah, it's not really going to work, is it? Alright. Let's play something from... I'm trying to... You know what, I might play See It Coming. This is quite a tricky map, this. It's quite a difficult one. But I think I might give it a go. Give it a go, mainly because the tune is that good. It's a difficult one. Hopefully they don't mind a bit of a challenge, I suppose. The rating of this map's kind of deceiving. It's 5.8. It's a little bit deceiving because this one has some pretty tricky patterns in it. People want the AR9. Fine, alright, that's cool. I figured 9.6 might be easier, but I suppose... Yeah, these peeps love the good old low AR stuff. Bring a little something up. Right, there we go. Cool. Alright, this one's quite tricky though with the AR9, but I guess it's not AR8. AR9's reasonable, I suppose. Yeah, Score V2. This is an in-development score system which is used for tournaments now, pretty much. Like 90% of those tournaments now use Score V2. What it does is it limits the score for every single map to 1,000,000 points. It increases the weighting that accuracy gives to the score. So previously the accuracy contributes a little bit to the score you get, but not by much. But in this, the accuracy actually weights 30% of your score, and 70% being, you know, the combo. And also, and my favourite change, it actually means, yeah, you know, if you hit sliders, slider heads off time, it actually costs you whack. So if you actually hit slider heads on time. So accuracy is much more important when you got this on. Saw the Boogie in chat. I mean, I couldn't pick Boogie in this room. That one's even more brutal. Boogie is a really intense technical map. On Score V2, because that's so slider heavy, that would be much harder than what the star rating suggests. And like, it's like 5.5 stars, I think, as it is. Oh. Oops. Yeah. No, I cannot quite get in a full combo. Don't think I've ever full comboed that. I always bugger it up at the end somehow. But yeah, Skull V2, it works quite differently on the whole, but in terms of actual gameplay, it's not much different outside of just punishing you more harshly for dropping AC. It's still quite heavy on the combo weighting though, so with the heavier emphasis on accuracy, it's made it a good pick for tournament play. You know, where accuracy is kind of, it's underrated in Skull V1 right now. Yeah, that's why I was thinking, Veka, that map's really hard with AR9. That's why I went for the 9.6. It's a hard map anyway. I just wanted something. I wanted something, man. Anyways, let's go something a little bit more friendly. Just a wee bit though. Just a little bit though. Not too much. How about bring out my lovely little thing. I see the mods come out now. There's a few stream peeps from my stream in this. Leffer and MMI and Steffer. They're immediately going for the flashlight. Of course. I can only match them. Let's see if I have better luck this time. Yeah, we'll see what people want about the DT. Sounds like people would rather not have it though, so. Alright. No DT then. Yep. Let's be having a look at, yeah. Played this earlier. We tried it 4 mod. Three mod this time. So this map base is AR4. Easy, when you use the easy mod, effectively halves the approach rate. So this is essentially, in practice, AR2, which is really low. It means the notes fade out a full second or two before you have to actually hit them, making them really nasty to read. Spins a win. Completely misread it. As your combo increases with flashlight as well, the visible area decreases. So once you hit like 200 odd combo, it becomes, well, pretty much playing blind. Oh, bloody hell, man! Oh, it's the Kano raid though. Oh, good old Kano. Kano's a cool guy. He's a cool Australian. He's another O streamer. Another mouse player, actually. One of us. Cool guy. You should definitely go check him out if you're into Euros. Really chill stream over there, dude. I didn't even see the scores, actually. I should have checked. Who SS'd it? Left for SS that. Oh, yeah. I broke like a plebeian. It is what it is, you know what I mean? So yeah, a few ideas in mind, but I'm always so indecisive. So let's... Oh god. Oh god, what's it called? Let's have a spinner battle. Let's have a spinner battle. I'm testing out my spinners lately. Yeah. I don't blame me for picking spun out on this, but you know what? Tis cool, tis cool. Oh boy. This map's just got a massive spinner at the end. Lots of overlapping stuff as well in this. Quite a tricky one to read to a point. Man, slider ends are hard. I suppose I'm still on score V2, that's probably what it is. I'm being lazy on sliders, I forgot I got score V2 on. So I'm just not hacking them all. Oh. Alright. If I get my hand in a good position so I can just take it easy, like. Ooh. Read chat in the meantime. Ah, 91k. Couldn't reach the 3-digit. Oh, my wrist, man. Oh, God. Oh, my wrist. My 400 RPM, it's gone. Oh. Why did I pick this map? Oh, God. Oh. Oh. It's always a fun one to pull out a multi, man. It's a map by a guy called Blue Dragon. He's actually a really old mapper. He's been around since 2008, actually. At least a limited capacity. Really old user. Oh, man. Gotta tenderize them wrists, man. Well over 1 million. Oh yeah, the 1 million score cap. That's just for the base map. In Score V2, you have your score is based out of 1 million, but mod advantage, like from hidden or DT, is added onto that plus spinner bonus. Hence why I managed to get over 1 mil. That's how that one works. Pick something more standard. I fancy picking let's play something by oh god, I'm indecisive. I'm trying to think of some mappers I might want to pick. Let's pick a Gabby map, actually. Gabby's a mapper I quite like. I might play Heavenly Moon if it's not. If I can still get it anyway. Is it possible? Yes, it is. Right, cool. Yeah, the ending jumps in this are quite hard. There's a difficult spike right at the end. But Gabby's one of my favourite mappers. One of my favourite all time. As I fix my towel. People wondering, like, why have I got a towel here? Like, why have I got like a towel under my keyboard? Yeah, the reason for that is pretty simple, really. The keyboard under my mouse just reduces noise on my mechanical keyboard, and this towel here is just for wrist rest. I get a lot of questions about that, so. It's like one of those things, man. Galvanized. Yeah, can do. It's a good shout, to be fair. Good shout. Alright, let's have a look.
Ready, go.
Oh no! Now that's a choke. I got the ending, just that choke though. Oh man, look at the accuracy as well. The accuracy was really good. Solid 99.5 on that. It's not bad at all. Oh man. Alright, I think we've got time for one more. One more. We want a galvanized map. I can hook them up with a galvanized map. Let's make it a good one. What should we go with though? Let's go with Gidv. Go with Gidv. Some good old track time. We started out with some sort of. Let's end with some. It's a classic. This. It's a classic one. It's a lovely one. Solid one to wrap us up. Galvanize is a super influential mapper in this community. A lot of the modern mapping stuff can be attributed to the stuff that he's made, so. The absolute banger. You're right, you know, can't go wrong with some fucking track time, man. You can't. Came on here because Jugachi and Lordmau5, cool guys. How could I not do a bit for this? This whole production is awesome. I'm more than happy to help out with the cause. Oh man. Well done, me. So even though I got a singular miss, combo is still a pretty big thing in Scorby too. Just not as heavily as in Scorby 1. Oh man. The one miss is strong. Oh. There's been a few of them. Yep. It's a lovely tune. Lovely map. There we go. That is it. We are done for this showcase. That was Os. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys got a taster. If you haven't played the game before, It is a completely free game. osu.ppy.sh is the site for it. You can go grab it for free. All the maps you see, all for free. You get some perks for support, but it's generally a free game in its entirety for the major content, and it's really fun. I've been playing it for about 9 years now, and I stream it very regularly. I stream it like 3 times a week. It's what I do. I really enjoy it. But either way, thanks so much for letting me on here, guys, once again. And, well, yeah. Keep up the good work. And hopefully you enjoy the rest of the marathon, guys. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.